Hi, I'm Van Phillips, European Tour winner and PGA coach, and in today's lesson I want to talk about that critical, all-important move, the transition. Okay, the transition move in the golf swing. It's that vital change in direction from the backswing moving up, back and around, and then we need to change the direction and start moving back down towards the ball. And it's really key that in that phase we're shifting the weight at the right time, but also we're sequencing the movement of the arms and trunk relative to the lower body. And I want to just really show you one of the best players in the world, Rory McIlroy, as an example, and I could show you pretty much all of the top 10 in the world and we'd see the same thing, but Rory does it in a slightly more exaggerated way, which is nice for this video because it's just going to really highlight what I'm talking about here. And what's going to happen in this next video is I'm going to talk you through Rory's swing in slow motion just during that transitional phase, and we're going to see some interesting elements of timing, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to show you exactly how you can work on that and try to slowly implement that into your swing. Now, I do want to stress before I do that any kind of motor skill like this, especially one as complex as this, so although the idea is quite simple, actually putting it into action and training your nervous system to do it can be, depending on your physiology, quite a tough thing to do. So be patient and just work on the two drills that I'm going to give you after this video analysis and you will get there. Okay, so we've got Rory at the top of his swing and I'm just going to wind it back and forward, and I want you to just notice that as he compresses down into the left side, you're going to notice hip motion, you're going to see some downforce, but the arms don't really drop. So there's quite a lot of activity in the torso and pelvis and weight shifting to the left, but the arms stay at the top. He's sequencing really well while shifting weight. This is going to enable him to be very powerful and stable through impact. Okay, so as you saw and you heard my explanation there, we can see that when Rory's arms are at the top of his backswing, he's actually transitioning to the left without the arms actually coming down at all in that first phase. In fact, as I showed in that video, Rory's arms are actually still going backwards when his weight is shifting towards the target. So he's got his body moving in two different directions at once. Now, as I said before, that is an incredibly difficult motor skill to learn, and Rory's been implementing that with his coach since he was probably 6 or 7 years old. So it's not something we can easily start to do, but we can at least implement some of those characteristics, albeit to a much lesser degree than we're going to see in Rory's swing. So how do we do it? Right, first thing I'd like you guys to do is rehearse back swings with a full wind to the top of your swing and practice exerting some pressure onto your front foot. You can see I'm just leaning there basically, and I'm doing it with my whole body. I'd like to take you away from the concept that the hips are going to shift independently from the torso. That's been pretty categorically proven now with 3D analysis to be incorrect, and that most of the best players in the world, when they're shifting, they're actually keeping a point above their pelvis and a point at the sternum. They're keeping those 2 points fairly stacked up on top of each other. They're not really shifting the pelvis forward and ahead of the sternum, okay? So they're moving pretty much the whole body, if you like, slightly towards target and shifting pressure into the front foot. So great drill, wind up to the top, feel the whole body shift without the arms dropping. That's the key. Practice the sensation of shifting weight with the arms feeling like you're still holding them as near to the top of your backswing as you can. That will be physically quite difficult when you're doing it, and obviously it's not going to exactly mirror what's happening at speed, but by rehearsing it you just start to teach your nervous system what you'd like it to do. So a few rehearsals, just sensing that weight shift without my arms dropping, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit 3 balls. I'm going to hit 1 now, but I would hit 3 balls if I was practicing. And I've only got 1 point of focus, and I'm observing as I swing the feeling of shifting with my arms staying up at the top of the swing. So it's a split-second sensation, and I'm just putting my mind into that one thing. Okay, so I'm observing it, and that's a key word. And the more you just observe and the more you focus your attention on something, the greater your awareness is going to be. And over time, you're going to start to know whether you're going to feel it over time. It's going to take a while. You're going to have to practice this hard, but do it in little 3-ball increments so you can really focus on it. So I'm going to go ahead, hit this 1 ball now with that only point of focus in my mind. So I was just trying to feel that when I reached the top, I was shifting my weight without my arms dropping. That was my observation. And I could feel that there because I really honed in, I really tuned into that one thing. And that's a key to effective practice, is honing in on one thing at a time. If you try and think of 2 or 3 things, your awareness is going to be over challenged and you're not going to be able to create that sensation of have I done it or did I not do it, okay? And initially this is going to be hard enough to detect anyway because it is quite a subtle sensation. Now, drill number 2, so I urge you to work away at your awareness there with that drill. Drill number 2 is going to encourage the same thing but in a slightly more dynamic way. So what I'd like you to do again is we're going to do this with a golf ball straight away, so we're going to hit the shot. Is we're going to make our backswings, and as you feel that you're nearing the top of your backswing, I'd like you to just take a little step with your lead foot, just a tiny little step. You'll see Padraig Harrington doing this actually when he's playing in tournaments. He thinks it's so important, this drill, that he's actually doing it when he plays in real events now, and he's doing it to great effect. He's having a little swan song in his career. He's putting some great results together. So an incredibly effective drill. I'm going to go ahead and show you how that works. So you can see there, I just took a little step towards the target as I felt I was nearing the top of my backswing. And again, that's just teaching your nervous system that actually you want to shift weight before your arms have completed the backswing. We want to encourage your arms and torso to actually still be going up and backwards when your weight feels like it's shifting forward. So we get that wonderful look in transition that I showed you there on that Rory McIlroy video earlier on. So 2 great drills there to help you become more dynamic in transition, and they're going to massively improve your ball striking. I hope you're enjoying these videos as always, and I urge you to head over to my website where I really have put my lifetime's work on there. I'm adding new material all the time, 35 years of my research, and it's research that's been done in the field because I have played at the highest level. I've played with the best players in the world, sometimes lucky enough to beat them as well. So I really do know what it's like to perform when you're nervous and you've got a card in your hand, and that's what my site's all about. So head over there.